What's up, guys? Hope you're all well. Today we're going to be looking at episode 2 of the P Company Test Week series that we started previously. We're going to do a little bit of an analysis, and I'm going to give you a little bit of advice and guidance on the different events that they go through. So let's get into it. Lovely opening scene just to get us into the mood.
Parachute Regiment's watchwords are professionalism, resilience, discipline, versatility, courage, and self-reliance. It is led by design, and it's expert at air-land deployments by helicopter, airplane, or parachute. Airborne soldiers.
So guys, that top thing that you're seeing there, the highest point of the Trainesium, it's about 2 houses high, so sort of 4 stories high. And the only challenging bit I would say about that, people get in the head about this one here, and they start to worry when they get to that top bit, that there is a sort of a thing below, like a safety sort of boarding. So if you do fall off that top bit, you're not going to fall to your death per se. But the challenging bit is actually climbing up the cargo net to the top. By the time you get to the top of that cargo net, you're hanging out your ass, and if you fell off the cargo net on the way up there, there's nothing that is going to catch you. You're actually just going to fall and hit the ground. So that was the only challenging bit in my eyes, and the only worry. When you get up to the top and you have to walk over the double bars, and you have to touch your toes and you shout out your number and all that sort of stuff, that bit was quite easy. The challenging bit's getting up there, man.
Stand ready to conduct a range of missions from prevention tasks to complex, high-intensity warfighting.
So as you can see now, we've got the recruits of Pcoy platoon out on the Trainesium. What are we looking for as DS on this? We're looking for their reaction. So obviously, as soon as the DS give that word command, do they react straight away? Are they hesitant? And obviously, the way we construct that into the concepts of operations and stuff like that as well is if they're in the door of an aircraft and that green light comes on, they need to have that confidence to jump there and then when the PGI tells them to. As we all know, if they don't do that, then obviously that affects the operations out on the ground. If they've not got that bit of specialist equipment, or if that man doesn't go, the backlog it has on there, maybe have to do another pass, and again, it all affects us operationally.
Just to add to that bit there, guys, if you do get through P Company and you sort of go on to do your jump course up at Bryce Norton, once that green light goes on, if you fail to jump for any sort of reason, most of the time, I'm not speaking for every time because obviously I can't voice to that, but you'll be RTU'd and you'll be removed from the regiment. I'm guessing the parachute regiment will probably get rid of you straight away because they are quite strict about that sort of stuff. But most airborne units will pretty much get rid of the person from their regiment or their squadron, whatever you want to call it, because it is seen as sort of a disgrace. If you fail to jump on that green light, then you're going to be in a world of shit. A lot of people fail on this bit here as well because they don't land correctly and start, like you fall into like a start position. See how he landed there on his back? You fall, so you like your arms are out in a start position, your legs are sort of spread. But some people spin all the way around and fail it, and you can actually fail the Trainesium.
Joe now has to contend with the Trainesium Aerial Confidence course on the afternoon of day 1 of test week. If they fail this, they're instantly deemed unfit for service in airborne forces.
Yeah, so if you do fail this event, this is a pass or fail event. You instantly pass you fail P Company Test Week. Doesn't matter how good you do on any other event. If you don't pass the Trainesium, you're done.
Right! Turn! Don't touch my belly, Joe. By the front! Quick! March!
We're just about to take on the Trainesium. This is a pass without fail event. I come off the 10 miler earlier, so I need to pass a 2 and a 20 miler to be able to pass P Company, so I've still got a chance of passing. I've got plenty of points to pick up. Obviously I need to get through this next event, so I'm not looking too far past that. I'm hoping I can do well in this one now.
Follow it.
So guys, like you were saying there, the 2 miler, the 20 miler and the 10 miler, you can only come off one of the tabbing events. And likewise on the log and the stretcher event, you can only come off one of them. If you come off the log and the stretcher, you fail automatically. And like the guy was saying there, if he comes off the 2 miler or the 20 miler after coming off the 10 miler, then he will also fail. And on top of that as well, if you fail the Trainesium, like I just stated before, you'll instantly fail P Company. So it's just something.
Demonstration, and you can't go wrong. Just follow exactly what I tell you to do. You'll get it done. Get out of here. Happy?
Yes, sir.
As always, you get a lovely demonstration. That guy there's my regiment. Actually served with that gentleman there on the screen.
Point number 9, listen.
He's an absolute animal.
Go!
The directing staff expect the recruits to respond to words of command without hesitation. Joe must react with confidence and commit fully to each obstacle. Any recruit deemed to be hesitant will be instructed to complete the activity again. This is essential to ensure a recruit is suitable to move on from P Company to RAF Bryce Norton, where they will be expected to complete their parachute descents prior to arriving at their battalion.
To be honest, guys, with that bit there, from my experience, I'm not sure if this has changed recently, but you normally go to your unit, your battalion, your regiment first. Like, you go there and you'll sit and wait until there's a slot on a jump course. Now, the jump course slots are dependent on who's sort of got priority. Obviously, parachute regiment get multiple slots. My regiment, 7 RHA, never really used to get that many shots. We used to only get slots. We used to only get about 3, 4 between the whole regiment, so not a lot of you's got to go on it at the same time. You'll find quite a lot of Marines get slots on the jump course, so they have to have airborne capability as well, some of the Royal Marines, and you'll find people like RAF Regiment and stuff like that on there as well, so there's only so many slots, so sometimes you can be waiting around for quite a while to actually get on the jumps course, which can be quite frustrating.
Stop there, down to his toes.
It's the bit, people fear this bit the most, but it's actually not too bad. You just got to sort of attack it with a bit of aggression. If you fall, you'll land on the wood standing.
Time down. Get him one, time.
All these lot have got lovely moustaches.
Stand by!
This bit there is called, that bit there where you just jump there is called the illusion jump. And the reason why it's called that is because it looks quite far, but because you're at a height, it's actually quite close to you. So you jump quite far, but actually you jump a little bit too far because it's actually the distance between them is not that much. It just looks like that, and hence the word illusion jump, because it's a bit of an illusion, and it plays tricks on you a little bit. So when you're up there, you're like, oh god, that is quite far, but actually in reality it's not. There's that cargo net I was talking about. It's hanging, getting up there. The good thing is, if you go first and you smash it out, you get to stand there on parade and watch everyone else do it. See what I mean? There's nowhere for him to fall if he falls back there, so he gets tired, falls back, he's screwed like.
Private Cooper is still feeling the effects of this morning's 10-miler. But after being assessed by the P Company medical team, he is keen to get straight back to it.
Right, number 3, listen in. Stand by! Go!
Good,
Come on,
good
Joe,
effort.
best speed. Right down. Not that one. What's the one?
So you've got like different segments that you have to complete, and you get directed by the staff throughout it. The Superman punch is probably the next bit that they're going to show, and a lot of people get injured on this one, and also fail on this one for not attacking it with enough aggression. God, I'd hate to be back in training.
Sure, when you get back tonight, you keep taking the fluids on. Don't overdo the fluids, as number 3's just found out there. Just take on enough fluids and get you through. Plenty of hydration, plenty of food, right? Electrolytes, all that good stuff. Get that inside you ready for tomorrow morning. Log race. Remember what I've said before. Most of you here have been on the bones of your ass on an exercise where you've got to the end of it and, surprise, there's a log there for you to take through, right? If you can do that, then you can certainly do this tomorrow morning fresh. Yep. Yes, sir. Let's get that in the head. Get those
One of the things that gets overlooked, especially when you're going through basic training, as a whole, not just sort of P company and stuff like that, is hydration and looking after yourself. A lot of people that go through it are quite young. So for myself, for example, I didn't really care about stretching off too much and that on a night. I sort of just went back to my room and just monged it, which in hindsight, you just look at it and you think, what the hell was I doing? But you're just young, naive, and you think that you can just roll through things. But it is really important, like you says there, to look after yourself. Most of the events can be prepped the night before with good hydration, a bit of stretching off and getting loads of scran on board so that you're full of energy, ready to go for the coming event the next day.
Your thoughts in, and I'll see you in the morning.
Just completed the Trainesium event, which is the second event of P Company. No problems, perfect weather for it, no wind, no rain. It was just no problem, everyone's passed. Yeah, well, it was pretty easy. We've done it plenty of times before, so we've been well accustomed to it by now.
Trainasium went alright, to be fair. I managed to get through it. I had to redo the rope swing because I hesitated on the second go. So I just made me redo it again. So it's just about reacting to that word of command. But apart from that, everything else went well. So yeah, I'm sure I'll pass that one. Tomorrow.
That's another thing just to add to that there. You don't, if you feel like sort of doing one little segment of the Trainesium, they don't just like instantly say, right, fail. You'll probably get about 3 attempts and they will do everything they can. But if you're completely monging it and you're just showing no discipline, no courage or anything like that, and getting amongst it and showing a bit of aggression to get things done, then you will just get chinned off like.
Black Thursday, commonly known as the hardest day in P Company, so in the morning we'll have the log race, and then in the afternoon we'll have the steeplechase. For today I was feeling really confident for it, but I just need to make sure I do my recovery right tonight, eat well before, get plenty of water down us, and try and go into all guns blazing tomorrow.
So like you said there, he's going to make sure he preps the night before.
Team event between 8 men on the log. We've got 18 minutes to complete it, and then in the afternoon we'll have the steeplechase. I'm feeling better than I did yesterday. I had a bit of a day yesterday. I came into 10 mile like just after the second water stop. Don't really know what happened, but yeah, I'm feeling better today. So yeah, I feel I was ready.
See, that's the crazy thing about P Company. Everyone finds something on the course a little bit more difficult than maybe other people do. So for me, the tabbing aspect of it was quite easy because I'm quite tall. However, the shorter people might have found the 10 miler, especially because it's quite quick, quite hard. And same for the 20 miler and same for the two miler. I struggled a little bit on the log and I ended up coming off the log, which I've spoke about loads of times. However, still passed. And it's important to think, right, not getting the negative sort of mindset when you do come off one event, because you can always pass. As long as you do well on all the other events, you can pass. However, you might get a bit of stick for coming off it when you get to your battalion, your regiment, whatever the case may be.
I'm going to be for the log, just want to get through it. It's 18 minutes work, just hold on, drive that log across the line.
I missed the log due to being injured in the injury team. When I come back, this team had already done it, so I'm a bit nervous to touch it for the first time. I'm feeling alright, a bit sore from the 10 miler yesterday.
The log is difficult,
but good stretch off last night has helped me out, I think.
Yeah, this is the one I'm the most apprehensive about. We've had the least sort of time practice in it, so I'm looking forward to seeing how it is. It's going to be hard.
I'll give you my experience of the log now. As soon as you set off, they normally stick you in the prone position, and they set off like a flashbang or grenade or something like that at the start line and tell you to go. You are literally sprinting from start to finish with that log. You're getting screamed and bawled at, which you'll see very soon probably is on this video. And it is just a full-on aggression sort of event, and it's difficult. I nearly shit myself about 6 times, and it is a very, very difficult event, and it takes a lot of will to get through, especially when people start dropping off your log. And there's only a couple of years on there because you've still got to keep on going. It doesn't matter. So you normally start with 8, I believe. Say if another 4 people come off because they can't stick with the pace, then 4 of you still have to continue to pull that log, which is obviously a lot more heavier and a lot more taxing. But everyone on P Company loves the log, all the staff love it, all the DS love the log, because that's where you find the men from the boys, like.
Log race, right? Arguably the hardest event on P Company, okay? Just get it in your mind now, as soon as you get that log, push through it. Okay?
Oh yeah, and you have webbing and you have a
event,
rifle on your back as well. Oh, you don't have a rifle on.
rest of your lives.
I thought you had a rifle on your back there. I'm sure you have a rifle on your back.
Okay, just get in that mindset now.
I'm sure we had a rifle on our back as well, like bungee 2-hour
Think
webbing.
about this at the end. Okay? Everyone happy with that? Yes! Right, if you're not forward of your station, okay, you're going to get a strike. If you get 3 strikes, you're gone. Everyone happy with that? Yes! Bloke in front of you's hanging out, get a grip of him.
Yeah, so on this event, like you said there, you get 3 warnings. So you'll have a member of the directing staff with you at all times with each individual log. And whilst you're running, if the rope goes sort of in front of you instead of behind you, then you will start getting warnings. So you need to make it look like you are pulling that log instead of getting dragged by the log. And it can be very, very difficult. Very, very difficult. When some of the terrain that you go up and down is absolutely crazy as well. It's so easy for you to like sort of trip over anything like that, roll an ankle, fall over and get dragged by the log. It's a mental event. And if like, say if there was like health and safety involved in any of this, they would look at it and be like, what the fuck? Because it is pretty crazy. Like.
1 minute! 1 minute!
Yeah, straight onto the belt buckle. Have we got rifles on? No. It might just be the stretcher race that you wear rifles. I'm sure you wear a rifle on the log race as well, like strapped to your back. All the staff are buzzing. Little bit of advice there, guys. If you do end up doing this, at the start there, do not sprint 100,000% to that log. I know they tell you to do that, and you probably should, but if you get to that log and you're already gassed, when everyone else starts getting there, you are going to be hanging out because they're going to be dragging you, and you're going to have used all your energy on that initial bit. You've still got 1.8 mile to go, so it's all about conserving energy as much as you can, as well as being aggressive. See how many logs finish with everyone on. So only one person came off on that one there. Tell you, man, it's brutal. It's brutal. So the terrain you go up and down, if you can see there on that image, you're going through like tank tracks and stuff like that, and some of them are filled with water, like we just seen. The hills are up and down. Some of them are incredibly steep, and when you're going down them at high speed, you could easily fall on your face, especially when you've lost loads of people off your log and you've got a heavy telegraph pole like they've got there. It's absolutely insane. Like people lying dead on the side of the road. That's the sort of thing that happens. It's crazy. You can see why it's the hardest event. Staff love it, man. It's such a fun event, but so challenging. Staff and that are mucking in because people are just coming off left, right and centre on this event. You probably have 50% of the course that come off on this log event because it's that difficult.
did last night to get yourself recovered. Make sure you keep doing that, yeah? Start. No, sorry. Situational awareness, yeah?
Number 26 was the last man standing on his log, and the directing staff have jumped on with him to get the log over the finish line. This level of commitment is exactly what the directing staff are looking for. Despite starting with 8 in a team, many of the logs are down to just 3 individuals. Regardless of this, Joe is expected to keep pushing forward.
Well done, log 4. Yeah, happy?
Yeah, it went all right. I'm glad I managed to stay on in one of arguably the hardest events. I did get chalked in the last 50 metres, which is pretty disappointing. But
you got over the finish line. That's all that matters.
Later on in the day, we've got the steeplechase, another hard event. That should be in the afternoon, so got that to look forward to.
Yeah, it was tough as I was expecting it to be. They won't lie when I say it's going to be the hardest event. 7 have started, 3 have finished. It was a pretty tough day, but we'll come from this.
I speak from experience here as well, because I like I said, I came off. When you stood there and you're looking at everyone else that stayed on, you feel like an absolute tit. But as you can see there, that event is absolutely gruelling. And it's probably one of the most famous, as well as the Trainesium, because of its difficulty. Not a lot of people end up staying on the log because of how hard it is.
Now looking forward to the steeplechase in the afternoon.
Yeah, it was alright. I thought I was doing better than I was, but apparently I weren't in front of my knot, so I was struck off. It's unfortunate, but it is what it is. Bad, but after we got through the water, I thought it was fine. The log was moving rapid. My log was in first, but yeah. Steeplechase this afternoon. It's a good event. Chance to make up some points, so I look forward to that.
So that's the 2-mile log race. It simulates moving heavy weapons, ammunition or vital stores to the front of the battlefield where it's needed. Crucially, like with any other event, they need to arrive prepared in the fight. Today we've lost about 5. It's expected. They've still got the stretcher race. They pull that out of the bag, they can still pass.
And that is it for this episode, guys. So as you can see there, the next one, we're going to be looking at the steeplechase. And I believe the 2-miler is on the next video as well. So that should be an entertaining one. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did like it, then like I said before, give it a like. It helped me out a lot. And I look forward to doing the next episode of this Pcoy Test Week series. Catch you all in the next one.